Sometimes, despite your best efforts and your best planning, things just don't go as planned. We had a flight to Nantucket. This was in the job I had with the Citation Ultra. My pilot James and I were flying some folks up to Nantucket, and we had fog in the morning, and the TAF was calling for the fog to lift. When we launched, it was above minimums and it was improving. Airplanes were landing at Nantucket, and we felt pretty confident that we had a plan to go to Boston Logan should should things go wrong. So everything was fine. It was an uneventful flight, and as we got a half an hour maybe from Nantucket, ATC called and said, "We're going to have you fly to the Nantucket VOR, put you into a holding pattern. Nantucket has now gone below a quarter-mile visibility. No one's getting in. We're going to put you into a holding pattern. Expect further clearance in 45 minutes." So we got in there, and there were 8 other planes holding around the Nantucket VOR. We entered the holding pattern, got in, discussed our options. We'd been in the air for about 2 hours, and I kind of figured that the passengers might be getting uncomfortable with their bladders. So once we were in holding for about a half an hour and I saw things not progressing very well, nobody was getting in, I made the decision to go to Hyannis, which is not far from Nantucket. And the plan was to get into Hyannis because it was above minimums. And then from there, we'd be a short 10-minute flight once conditions improved over to Nantucket. So we shot an ILS, and we actually broke out at minimums into Hyannis and got on the ground. And the minute I called ATC and told them that I was going to Hyannis, all the other 8 planes behind us, who were also holding at that point, decided they wanted to do the same thing. So I was the first of 8 planes to come in. The people in Hyannis were not expecting us. It was a difficult day, and they were short on their line crew, and Uber wasn't running very well, and the cabs were all booked. And I got on the ground. Got the plane safely on the ground. I thought we did a magnificent job flying the airplane and decision making to get on in there. But the passengers were very, very displeased that we couldn't get to where we were going, and that I didn't have a plan for Hyannis about how to get them to where they were going. There's a ferry that went over there, and in hindsight, had I really thought I was going into Hyannis, we probably would have looked at the schedule for the boats and the ferries and figured out, some options there. But our plan was to go to Boston. Boston didn't work out. Hyannis was our best option. I still feel that today. Sometimes you do the best you can do. You make a decision that isn't terribly popular. You fly the plane very, very well, safely. You get it on the ground. You do everything you need to do, and you still get yelled at. That's just part of life. Get a helmet. It's the way it is sometimes. You got to put your head up, your chin up, shoulders back, take the beating, and then drive on, knowing there will be another day because you made a good, safe decision. It may not have been popular, but it was safe. And sometimes that's the way life is.